piano. It must say my show.
Almost $300 million.
So the show has come to stay. Mumye na yeso. Na yentiche o man. Na wonso oni nipa.
E daddy e Ghana for dia. Enye BP dia. Enye NDC dia. Enye obi bia dia.
President Kufuor, because what to niamam and affecting all this. Fuel prices now what they buy.
Yeah, I just NDC for car be kwa Ghana card according dine di kama nasa.
Mene wo ka say ya kan. Ye no nya se ya te de e kina titi pa se kira. NDC for wo be kwa for daddy bill. Wo be kai. Me na make a draw.
Mo pese mo share so a mo ko Facebook na Instagram, na YouTube, na Twitch, NDC TV, Anchor FM.
Yechia Ghana food. My show is your show because a Ghana enti and a show that will be my show. The dog will be asking.
Suzuza. Arise for Ghana, operation of the land, for weather and seek your future, development our goal, from vision to victory, the NDC shall lead, stable democrat, Ghana. Our strength in unity, from vision to victory, the NDC shall lead, stable democrat, Ghana, our strength in unity. Ejo bana Victory is our land. Victory is our land. JJ is a winner. Arise for Ghana, operation of the land, forward and secure future, development our goal, from vision to victory, the NDC shall lead, stable democrat, Ghana, our strength in unity. From vision to victory, the NDC shall lead, stable democrat, Ghana, our strength in unity. From vision to victory, the NDC shall lead, stable democrat.
Hello once again and good evening to you wherever you find yourself. Hopefully you are doing very well by the grace of God. We welcome you once again to my show, which is running live on Today Ghana News Television. And it is a show that is specifically designed for political parties to tell and to exhibit what we have qualities within ourselves. And wherever you are, you can equally follow the discussions this evening on Facebook, and you can find us on Instagram as well. YouTube hasn't been left out, and obviously on Anchor FM. Wherever you are, welcome once again to Today Ghana News TV channel. And today we present to you the sessions of the National Democratic Congress, NDC. We come your way this evening with a lot of issues that are pending, and we want to have a fair discussion with you and to take your views, and again, to tell you what NDC is doing and would have done differently on the issues that we are going to discuss this evening. Fortunately for me, to join me in this evening's program, I have my own brother there, and Mr. Luis Kwame Ado, who happens to be the communication officer for NDC Holland chapter. Mr. Ado, you are most welcome.
Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you very much.
Great.
And my greetings to your usual viewers. I hope across the globe and also in Ghana, our colleagues and our sympathizers are also watching us. And we are here, even though it's going to be a very short time, let's say 1 hour, but we will be answering their questions as much as we can.
Definitely.
This program. Yeah.
Good to have you. And today we want to look at security situations in the country. It has gotten to the stage that His Excellency the former president has even made a statement on that particular issue. But before we even get there, viewers will realize that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is on the second phase of his thank you tour. He wished to move around from one region to the other to register his appreciation and the appreciation of the National Democratic Congress to the good people of Ghana. They did so well in the just ended elections, 2020 elections. We did not come as the government of the day, but we increased our vote margin from somewhere 4-point-something to 6-point-something million in the same class with the current government of the day. So it is very paramount for His Excellency to go around to thank the people for the good work that they have done for queuing up in the hot sun, and at the end of the day, things did not go the way we expected, but all the same, we still have to say thank you to them. Yeah, in one of his discussions or media encounter, he made a very simple statement, which I think it has given a lot of calls to especially our opponents, the New Patriotic Party, and they're running helter-skelter. You have people such as Arnaud Dompre coming to say that the former president should be called to order. Arnaud Dompre, where are you? When the current president made a statement about all die be die, did you look at the consequences of that statement? Mr. Producer, can we just get a sound bite of what His Excellency John Dramani Mahama made, the statement that he made?
Yes, sir. Yes, the 2020 is answer. Elections, no, it will be won or lost at the polling station.
I see.
And the polling station, they better do or die. Because all die be die. They better do or die. The right thing must be done. 2024 polling station, and you better win the election. No, you ain't train and ma yankase collation center and at the Supreme Court debut. Collation center and a polling station. We will do everything to make sure that the election is free, transparent, and fair. Young person, we are MPP for. We don't want to cheat them. Yes, young person will be a baby. My banning French na nya Ghana for penal. Nya Ghana for Akumasono. Let that be what is done.
Wonderful. That is a sound bite. Let me take your view, Mr. Ado, on this before we continue with the rest of our stories.
Okay. Jeremy, thank you very much. As we all watch the clip, a very short clip that President in wait stated categorically that it is at a polling station whereby the election will be counted, declared. And if one wins, then the whole the whole voters will know from a particular place there's one person who won or who lost. So we are not going to wait until the last election, whereby they created, even in the first place, the Electoral Commission deceived Ghanaians by telling them that it is at the conference center, Accra Conference Center, that the collation was going to be done. But it ended up that they did it at their office. And in that scenario, they trick our representatives so that in their absence, they declare the results. We also saw the trick that the dust that they pulled on our eyes. So the president has reiterated that, no, this time we are not going to wait until we are being tricked. And then the people will tell you, go to court, go to court. And at the court there, we are going to meet the president appointed Supreme Court judges. And whenever you put a motion, they will suppress or they will announce unanimously that you cannot go on with your motion. So at the end, then we are going to lose again. So the president is saying, no, this time, let us face it. So I see it as a warning to we, even the NDC supporters, because we have to work very hard and don't wait until somebody is there who is going to make, sympathize with us if we the electoral commissioner declare otherwise. So for me, there's nothing untoward. It is not compared to when President Akufo-Addo in 2011 said, all die be die. In his all die be die, he said, if we don't win the election, we are going to do something, to make life livable. So, President, it's just an idiomatic expression that do or die. So, the president, in his expression, it doesn't mean any harm at all. He doesn't mean any harm. He's telling the followers of NDC, now work hard, so that at the end, we are going to see if we lose, then we know we have lost. But at the polling station, the results will be collated and then it will be declared. So that is my understanding of what the president said. Jeremy, thanks very much.
Yeah, that is very great. It's in the right direction. Unlike all die be die, the president is very clear in his statement. And this is the second time he's making it. He says that elections are not won at the Supreme Court. The elections are won at the polling station. We would ensure that the results at the polling station reflect at every level of any electoral results collation. And this is not a time that at the end of the polls, the NDC agents will disappear and allow some people to do whatever they want. No, they will not get that opportunity. And I don't even understand why the MPP is now running amok. Why are they worried about the statement that do or die? Why are they worried about it? Unlike they are all die be die. There that they even instituted that they molested people. The 2020 election, we saw even in the run-up to the 2020 election, the Ayawaso by-election was an example. They exhibited their all die be die.
All die be die.
In the 2020 elections, they exhibited all die be die, where they realized, look at the Takima South, when they realized that they had lost the election, that seat, they quickly mobilized and boost their security forces into the place. They shot and killed innocent people.
Exactly.
Some who were even there just to observe. That is all die be die.
Yes.
This one, His Excellency is saying that we would ensure that the last vote
is being counted.
That is cast at the polling station is counted and counted properly.
Yeah.
I don't know why they are afraid. Why are they scared?
Yeah. And Jeremy, to add to what you have said, I was just reading somewhere and I saw a person like Franklin Kujo was also trying to equate all die be die to do and die. And I'm asking myself, where were they when President the then candidate Akufo-Addo and made mention? And one thing, there's a difference. He made mention of all that be done when they were having a secret conference. They were having a secret, gathering at Koforidua. That was 2011 when he made that mantra. And when it came to public, I think he made it 2 times also. None of those people as CSOs or whatever they call themselves, condemn that order be die. And President Akufo-Addo even went further to defend order be die on UK television when he appeared, I think John Soko program Hard Talk, and he was emphasized on order be die that we are going to make sure that we win, or whatever will happen. So there is a difference. President His Excellency is on the radio, public radio, and answering questions that the election is going to be do or die. And do or die, we win or we lose. So we see the difference here. So when people try to make it as compared to other, I think they are trying to be hypocrites. So I think the people shouldn't take His Excellency's word in that context compared to that of order be die. We are not going to do order be die. We are making sure that everything is being conducted at the polling station. Thank you, Jeremy.
They are hypocrites. Let me not be very charitable. They are hypocrites.
Exactly.
Because, they only face the direction of their stomachs. When it is the other way around, they all go quiet. When it's about NDC, then they are also all busy talking. I even heard Ben Epstein also saying that people will vote without dying. His Excellency did not even say that people will vote. People will die because of votes. No, he never said that.
No, he didn't say that. Yeah,
but that is a hypocrisy of our people in the country. And I don't know, but we'll have to look at it.
His Excellency is telling those guys who probably stopped the education that they have to go back and learn, and if they are forgotten their expression, how the English meaning of certain words, they have to go back to school and learn political languages. So they don't have to be sitting there and just take his expression
out of context.
Yes.
But it's so funny. Where Frank Kujo and where were they when Akufo-Addo talked about all die be die?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Anyway, so that's just a bit of it for those who are still worried. Don't be worried. His Excellency is not saying you have to go and kill yourself. No, he says that NDC as a political party, we will ensure that whatever vote that is cast at the polling station, it is counted and counted properly and accounted for at every level of the elections. And we will do that.
Yeah.
There is no room for any complacency this time around.
Yeah, sure.
And again, even in a run-up to this, his thank you tour, His Excellency, the former president, issued a statement on the state of insecurity in the country. And sadly, I think it's been going on for a very long time. The rate of highway robberies is on the high increase now. And the last one that actually struck us and put Ghana in the international media was the killing of a journalist who came from the United Kingdom to make a documentary within the Northern Enclave. He was killed between Kintampo and then Tamale.
Tamale, yeah.
And it calls for a worry. And I know why His Excellency issued a statement. When NDC was in power, we had this police visibility that almost every 100 kilometers you find a police checkpoint or police post. In the night in particular, even in the cities, we had it. And that was something that contained a bit of the issues of this armed robbery. Mm-hmm. What are these people not doing right? What do you think? What are they not doing right?
Yeah, you see, they say there's no smoke without fire. You see, you quite remember that ran up to the 2012 election, the MPP hired even people from abroad to train their vigilante people, their vigilante forces. I know one from Serbia, 3 from South Africa. So they came to Ghana, even when they were in opposition, they wanted to train their toughs. Okay. And it manifested when they came to power. You remember what they did in a year, the same year they were in power. It happened at Kumasi when their national security coordinator was being handcuffed at his office and loofed from the office. And 13 people from the, I think, Delta Force were arrested. They were brought to court, and even at the court, their own people came to, how do you call it?
Release them from that.
Attack the court and release them. And then the Attorney General filed later on a no prosecutor that he has no case against them. It happened at Tamale when the one chief executive, I think Tamale, it happened even 2 times, when the chief executive of the Tamale Teaching Hospital was also put out from his office. And a lot of them happened. They attack a lot of offices in Bodi, Koforidua Health, Tobut. They attacked those offices because they have been in power. But one thing is, the president did not, or the national security, or whoever the security force, did not prosecute anybody for wrongdoing or against any criminal, nothing happened. So they saw it that, and you remember also somewhere along the line, a former bodyguard of the president was even given the permission to train vigilantes at the Usu Castle, the old president's, how do you call it, seat.
Presidency,
and nothing. When even Manessa made a documentary, they thought they was being, how do you call it, brought to face a discipline, and they found in their own judgment that he has violated whatever journalism rule. So it tells you that the president is connived with all this crime. He is so happy when these guys are doing all those, because the vigilante, when you are not able to provide a job for them, then what do you want them to do? They tend to be armed robbers, because at the end, like you said, there are we have police. They can, during the election, they dispatch even the military. We have also the national security apparatus. But what are they doing? We are just paying them the salary, and they are just sitting at Accra or Kumasi. They are not doing anything. So like you said, in our time, the government dispatched, there were, checkpoints to control because we don't, most of the places, our roads are not safe. Even some places in the night, there are no lights on the street, on the road. So it gives the young people or the trained vigilante people who are now like desperate or disgruntled, giving them the opportunity to go and release their anger on innocent people. Unfortunately, what has happened to us, it has brought Ghana to a world map after killing a British journalist in our own land. Ghana used to be a peaceful country, but now they have tainted our friendliness, the atmosphere of being a peaceful country. Ghana is no more a peaceful country. We are not trying to destroy it, but they are trying to destroy our country. So that is what we are, we are asking, that, we have to put this this government out of power to bring the good image of the country.
Msado, the funniest thing, the British journalist that was killed, and the body has to be repatriated to London.
Yeah, so sad.
Unfortunately, it was only the National Democratic Congress that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama sent a delegation led by Honorable Dr. Rashid Pelpour. Okay. They had to go together with the chief imam and with the leader of the Ahmadis in Accra to say final prayers for this slim journalist before the body was taken to London. The government did not even.
So it tells you the president doesn't care. He's so happy that all these things are happening in that country. He doesn't care. At this time, we would have expected him to even made a statement, trying to condemn that act. But here he is. He's just roaming about and trying to sword cutting. He's cutting sword, whereby he has no means to even.
If he's even cutting sword alone, that is all right. It's on the ground and it's in Ghana. He's bathing in the air now.
Yeah, that's true. You see.
But another aspect about this insecurity in the country that gives a lot of cause for worry is about the victims that are even caught. Recently, they picked up some of these highway armed robbers. And fortunately for the police and unfortunately for the presidency, they were carrying Jubilee House security tags, which means they are staff of the Jubilee House.
Yeah.
So why would somebody who is a staff at the Jubilee House, the presidency of the country, go and engage in armed robbery? It tells you that, just you rightly said, the president is happy with what they are doing. They have trained these thugs. They cannot contain them anymore, and they have to go out to do these worst things for us.
Yeah.
As a country, what could we do? What would NDC have done differently at this point in time?
Yeah. Jeremy, unfortunately, I couldn't submit my data to our producer on time. I pull up a data from an international source, and they were trying to compare the peacefulness of every country. At the moment, Ghana ranks ranks in the world scale 120. Well, the higher the better. Okay. And when you look at the data from 2010 up to 2020, the best time Ghana had a very high rate was in 2013, 2014. And that point, they used a point. So Ghana in 2013 had 1.9. And in 2014 also had 1.9. In 2015, Ghana had 1.84. 2016, 1.81. And then it started deteriorate. It started deteriorating in 2017, our rate fell to 1.79. In 2018, it fell further to 1.77. And then it rose to 1.8 in 2019. And it's now, or in 2020, it's 1.78. So it tells you that as soon as the current party took power, Ghana is not enjoying the peacefulness atmosphere that we had been enjoyed from the time immemorial. Unfortunately, that data I couldn't give it to the producer. Otherwise, people would know how bad it is. People are not looking at that data. It's only when you get to Kutuka and people greet you, oh, you are welcome. That is not article of friendliness or peacefulness. Ghana is not at peace. And the repercussion of insecurity, it has so many connotations. When your country is not, the security is not, very good. It affects foreign direct investment. People, foreigners don't want to come because they are afraid that like this guy, they were doing a documentary. He came to Ghana and then his life ended abruptly. So on top of all, even the local investors, the security, because you have a company and then of a side, because we have a small company also in Accra, they can attack you anytime. Even if you are able to arrest some of those guys, they bring them to the police. At the end, they'll do you go and come. It boils to nothing. So it's not very good when you look at the security of our country. It's very, very bad.
I just pray that this situation will tie the heart of the president so that he sits up and then we can see what happens. Because as it is now, even the peasant farmers are not left out of this whole issue of insecurity. They find it difficult to find themselves in doing their farming activities. But we'll see what happens. Before we even take leave of this topic, we have a lot of friends who have joined us. Dr. Lawrence is seated fully. Dr. Lawrence, we are grateful you are part of us. Big brother Benjamin is online. Sami Adakwa Bamfo, he says, good works, Luis. We have Patience Darko watching us from Germany. Good and smooth shows. We are very grateful. Officer Bamfo once again. And SK Fosu, do or die 2024, more fire, JM all the way. Surely we will stick to this GM all the way, do or die. We will ensure from today till the election day, the votes are counted, do or die. The rest are sure. Everything you came with your all die be die, and then you exhibited it. We are going with do or die. We will do the right thing. We will not allow any electoral officer to declare whatever results, give us wrong figures, and tell us to go to court. It won't happen. It won't happen at all.
Yeah.
Just recently, there was another issue that was invoked. The MPP held a press conference led by Boabe Asamoah, where he was shouting and saying that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ought to have been behind bars for issues of corruption. Sometimes I wonder where they come from with these statistics. And some people will tell that statistics are just figures and that they are not important. But I believe that they are important. If you look at the world all over in terms of trying to see how corrupt practices are carried out, we all rely on the Corruption Perception Index.
Yeah.
And if you go through the Corruption Perception Index, you would find that the lowest that the NDC recorded is the best for the MPP. And yet they are shouting on top of the roof that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and beyond will be very corrupt. You know what? He hammered more on the Airbus scandal.
Mm-hmm.
And remember that Airbus scandal, when it surfaced, our communication officer made it very clear that the MPP were just working based on speculations.
Mm-hmm.
Today, the main, what will I say, agent or that was at the center of the controversy, all the charges about this corruption issue concerning Airbus has been dropped for lack of what? Evidence.
Evidence, yeah.
If the Serious Fraud Office in UK, where they have not been able to establish any wrongdoings, they do not have any evidence. How come that our people in Ghana, MPP, they are making noise about it? What's your take on that?
I think I had this debate some time ago that probably they don't actually understand the issue. They are just trying to be mischief. You see, when you look at the issue of the Airbus, in the business world, there are people, they call them the lobbyists. A lobbyist is somebody's profession. It is here in Holland, and I don't know whether it's in Germany, but it's in Holland. It is there in UK and also in America. There are people who, even for example, you have your car, let's say you are Mercedes and you want to sell. There are some people, after seeing it, they are trying to look for people just to make up some money out of it. So my previous argument The whole thing about those guys, they were trying to, incriminate and link them to His Excellency. They were people who were working. They had offices or certain positions that give them the mandate to lobby for the companies. So for me, it was just a job that those people were doing. And it happened that at that time, His Excellency was the vice president, and we all know that the vice president is not the one who has to approve contracts. He just sits in a group of people, and even in that deal, we all know Major retired Derek Odru was former MP for, I think, Grandson North or so.
Grandson North.
But of those, the committee that was set up. But if anything happened, would he be counted as somebody who maybe was corrupt? So they were trying to link His Excellency John Mahama, because we heard his brother's name or his friends were part of that lobbying group. But at the end, we all knew that it was not going anywhere, because when you read the actual court verdict, the court, in his own wisdom, didn't make any mention of who His Excellency John Mahama or late Professor Atamels, who was at that time the president. So they were just wasting our years, and they were just trying to tarnish the image of His Excellency. But we knew that it was not getting anywhere. So we were even waiting for them. Knew Mr. Amedu made an effort. We all saw that in his own view, he doesn't like His Excellency. So even prior to the campaign, 2016, we all saw all his utterances. So for me, it was not anything new. They were trying all means to bring him or to paint him as a devil. But God so good, He has been exonerated, or He has been vindicated, because He said it that I have no knowledge about if there is any corruption in that aspect. So in the end, we didn't see any, well, we can't see, because even there's no evidence of being classified as corrupt. So they were just somewhere in his own field constituency that he failed to be re-elected as an MP. He has nothing to do, and anytime he comes to sit on the radio, he says whatever he wants. So that is his style. But at the end, when you put him and Sami Jamfi, he's not anywhere close to Sami Jamfi. He just talks out of nothing. Yeah.
That one is very true. But if we want to look at corruption by our own discussion, looking at NDC against MPP, it's unfortunate that the current MPP government has a very good president who is excellent at clearing people when issues of corruption crops up.
Yeah.
And to one extent, we will give him the benefit of the doubt, because he says he sets up committee and whatever it is. But even before the committee comes out with the report, he already clears the person. We don't want to talk about the visa scandal, Australia, Pius, and today Pius is now the chief executive of National Youth Authority. Here we are. Yeah. But Professor Stephen Adair made a statement just last week that there is a delay in the development of our country because the issues of corruption in the current administration is the cause. Here is Professor Ade, who was making a lot of noise about His Excellency John Dramani Mahama's regime.
We know.
Talking about nepotism because and the appointment of Nordness into government.
Exactly.
And today, he has been a board member of GRA and all that. He is telling us that there is too much corruption.
Yeah.
Is it that the president is not seeing it? Or something?
Jeremy, I have, the last time I tried to update my data, I had over 100 and more than 150 corruption and scandal under this president. And then it started from bust. And it's the manslaughter, the NLA, the how do you call it, the planting for food, and a whole lot of scandals. That Australia visa racketeering that you made mention of. There were so many things that surfaced up. Even the announced expose that the president caused something like a worldwide attention, arresting how do you call it, Antechi. When even he was not in Ghana, he has already been announced that he will be arrested as soon as he ends up in Ghana. But at the end, nothing. What even happened at the presidency, whereby Charles Bissiou was caught red-handed receiving money from somebody, all showed up. The police investigated and they exonerated him. So the president is somebody who enjoys when people talk bad things. He enjoys it because unlike any other president, I quite remember when in President Kufuor time, when Dr. Anane had an issue impregnating a woman from the US, at the end, this man put down his position as the Minister for Health and tried to defend himself until later on he was being reappointed. I will probably salute the then Kufuor regime, but we have never, apart from the man, the former energy minister Boakye Agyapong, who was made as a scapegoat under this Amiri deal. None of President Akufo-Addo's appointees has ever faced any discipline or been tried or even questioned of wrongdoing. When the information comes, if you report it to Shrag or the presidency, the president will issue a statement, or even the CID. They will just go around and issue a statement that there was nothing untoward. So can you tell us that with all about 150 scandals, briberies, the president can tell me his men, none of them has committed crime against the nation? This is so serious. We know last time I was listening to a guy, I don't know him, but he appeared on, I don't like Captain Smart and some of his, but he appeared on Captain Smart show. And I was so amazed that the youth, there's too much anger in the youth. There's too much anger. So we have to be very careful because the same thing happened in Guinea. And because of this corruption, you see a Guinea President Condi, I heard he was a human rights lawyer, and we all can also equate President Akufo-Addo as a human rights lawyer. But as soon as they get the position, then they mess up. The guy that I was listening to said, I laughed. He said, even when you give a Bible to President Akufo-Addo's wife, he can swear that his husband is not competent.
Competent.
Yeah. So I don't know whether it's a competency, greediness, or I mean, I don't know. I don't know how I have to describe our president, because he's not. He can't call himself as a president. He's only enjoying because he had a childhood dream of being a president. So at this time that he has just had a position, he's just enjoying at his age of 76 or 77. He's just bathing in the air, wasting taxpayers' money for nothing. And the things that is happening on the ground, it's like he doesn't care. So this is the president we have. So Ghanaians have to, the anger will come a time that the people cannot hold it anymore. But we are asking them to be relaxed, because in 2024, NDC is coming to relieve them from the pains that we are going through. And probably it will be about a pain of 8 years, but at the end, we will overcome that.
Yeah, I even from that point where this guy is expressing his anger, you remember His Excellency John Dramani Mahama in his first set of thank you tour, he made a statement that the youth seems to be losing interest and confidence in the governance system that we are running. There's not only MP, but both MPP and NDC.
Yeah.
And that is very dangerous, just as you rightly said. Because once the anger boils down to a certain level, it will explode. And once it explodes, nothing can stop it.
Yes.
You talked about the Guinea coup d'etat. It's an interesting
very.
You see, the entire population is in support of that coup d'etat. And that was what happened when Jerry John Rawlings started his coup d'etat.
Yeah.
And the situation in Guinea that warranted this coup d'etat, we have it worse in Ghana.
Mm-hmm.
So care
10 times. 10 times.
Just recently, I saw that His Excellency the President went to a church for a program, and you could see military men standing on top of the roof.
On top of the building. I saw it.
It's
so funny. Upon all your setup, you are afraid. Because
he's not afraid
that you are committing.
In Guinea, the president increased his salary and reduced the salary of the military and then the civil servants.
Yeah.
As soon as this thing occurred, there's a publication on TV3 network that the president has refunded 200 and something thousand million or whatever it is as what the excess of the amount that he received following the recommendation of the presidential monuments.
so funny. When Ghanaian people were crying about a month or so ago, why didn't he refund that money, or didn't come out to announce until he waited until something has happened in Guinea, and now trying to trick us that okay, now I can refund this. That amount is for me just a token. Because
it's not even a token. Let me say that it boils down to corruption. Those days, president will say that I, Nana Akufo-Addo, I am not corrupt.
Yeah.
Today, can he say the same thing? Can he hit his chest and say the same thing? No. Fortunately, Gabi has proved that the president is corrupt, because he said that to become the ECOWAS chairman, you must be
corrupt. Yeah.
So
he confirmed that his uncle or his cousin is corrupt. Yeah. So we are aware of that. So and I think he admits it. You see, because I saw also a video, but I don't know the caption. But he and somebody, they were like dancing, Gabi, and jubilating. And Gabi is somebody, at least some of us, or majority, knows his background. I was in Apasis. At Ghana's, and a cousin of a friend of mine was in Kofodia, new job in secondary school, and that guy is a mate of Gabi. At that time, Gabi was at St. Peter's secondary school. So after all this, I had in contact with that guy. He was my junior, and we could see the difference of when Gabi, even when we were in opposition, when they were in opposition. Somebody sent me a picture of the car that Gabi was using at that time. He built some house at Sprinters. At that time, he couldn't finish it. But now, from the guy, he's like enjoying luxury, because at the end, his brother or cousin, and people even say Gabi is now our prime minister because
that's interesting. But even the ideology of the New Patriotic Party, it is a property owning democracy. So they try to satisfy themselves. They don't think of the welfare of the entire people. No. It is about themselves. And once they get themselves satisfied, then they control the economy of the country, and they think that
they are capitalism type of this that they want to tell us. But the funny aspect of it, when you go to some villages in Asante, they are living in their thatched houses. Even when it's raining, they have to use bucket, to say. And then at the end, it will tell you, I'm an MPP. You are an MPP. People are enjoying, and you are here suffering. You can't even get the food on the table, and you call yourself an MPP. When NDC is in power, NDC is a social democrat. We try to distribute all, because when you look at what His Excellency John Mahama did, trying to bridge the rural to the city by putting up certain infrastructure, schools in the remote areas. When they came, they said, why would you build a school in the remote area? As if animals are living there. It's human beings who are going to enjoy it. You see, but they will tell you that, you should have built a school maybe near Kumasi or maybe near Accra. Their thinking is totally different from the social democratic kind of thinking. So sometimes when poor people are shouting, we are NDC, we are MPP and MPP, sometimes I sympathize with them. They don't actually understand. They are only be in that situation because of probably where they come from. So that is a pity in our political dispensation.
But something also struck me. Yesterday, with that the MPP had their show, and I could see that the communication director Nana Osei was struggling. Nana Osei Boateng was struggling to tell the good people of Ghana that the projects that we started, especially our hospital projects, they are working on them, and that even the AFARI, that the military hospital project, they are on it. And I find it a bit unfortunate, And yesterday, he was busy insisting that the money that His Excellency JM used for that hospital is not his pocket's money. Nobody says that at all. When it comes to a project that JM has started or the NDC has started, then they tell us that it is not his pocket money.
Exactly.
But when it is Akufo-Addo going to commission something, then that project is for Akufo-Addo. That's a very wonderful logic from our MPP counterparts.
Yeah.
But the reality on the ground, we are not challenging them or whatever they are doing. What we are saying is that we have built hospitals.
Yeah.
We have cut swords. We have built the hospitals. We can point at those hospitals.
Yes.
The MPP, in a run-up to 2020 election, in the midst of the COVID pandemic, the president told us that they were putting up 88 hospitals. Before the end of the year, those hospitals are going to be completed. Today, we're in 2021. Not a single one of that hospital has been built. He comes to tell us that they are on agenda 111. To me, and where I sit, it means that the 88 is different from the 111. They sit down and tell us that the 111 has taken over and the 88 has been added to that 111. Now, there are very simple questions that we need to ask ourselves. We brought down Rich Hospital, and then we put up a magnificent one. Akufo-Addo brought down General Hospital to put up a new one. Not a single block has been laid there.
You couldn't.
So what is happening here? Our time is far running, but wherever you are, just keep glued to the CEO. Let's talk a bit.
Yeah, let's assume they are even adding the 88 to 111 to make it agenda 111. I am telling you that they wouldn't be able to build even 10 out of the 111. They are just, when they are just making noise. And I could see that it is just a preparation for Dr. Bawumia, to become famous and be elected as their flag bearer in their maybe up and coming flag bearership, if there's going to be any. You remember also that Dr. Bawumia promised to build mango processing, mango juice processing factory, honey processing, poultry feed production, cement processing at Kroboland.
Yeah.
You remember that was somewhere October 2018. And up to now, what has happened? Nothing has happened. They promised the people of Shama that they were going to build a hospital. Nothing. The people of Shama are still crying. Even I saw a video, somebody went there to stand at the place where the president commissioned that they were going to build that hospital. Up to now, it's just an empty grass or empty forest. So these people, they are just promising, and they won't be able to deliver it. So the 111, because when I was looking at their statistics, they said they were going to use, I think, 12 points. I don't know whether it's in dollars or in cities. 12.8 something
for the
hospitals.
The 111. They said the whole thing was going to be about $16 million.
Okay.
And out of that, about 4 point something would be used for hospital equipment.
That is one. The 60 million is for one.
Yeah, for one.
Yes. This is what I'm saying. When I did the calculation, the 111 amounted to $1.84 billion.
Yeah.
So where are they going to get this money? You have already gone to IMF 2 times. You borrowed $1 billion. I read John Boadu's statement that John Mahama brought us to IMF. But they have gone there. The first one is for the COVID relief. But they have gone there again for $1 billion. So I'm not sure there's anywhere that they will be able to get $1.84 billion to be able to build their hospitals. So it's just, talking for nothing, because it's free when you talk, and then the people who, because Bawumia is just playing tricks on the people. He has kind of a joke, and he makes jokes, and he thinks people of Ghana likes his jokes. So anytime he tries to tell lies, and he thinks Ghanaian people are so myopic, they won't be able to understand what he said 2 years ago. So they will keep on promising our Ghanaians, but at the end, Ghanaians shouldn't rely on this MPP government.
Yeah, my brother Benjamin says that MPP empty promises only. But that is very true. That is very true, because if you look at all these promises, they first said they were going to put about 350 senior high schools from the scratch.
And nothing.
The first 18 months in office.
Yeah.
The same Bawumia says that within the first 2 years of MPP government, no village will have issues of water. Or even toilet.
Yeah.
You know the unfortunate thing? There is water shortage that has hit Wale Township.
Okay.
That is where the vice president comes from.
Yeah.
Not even considering that water shortage, the schools in Wale, the secondary technical school and then the vocational school, they do not even have water running on campuses.
Oh.
And this is where the same vice president who ran very fast to a village near Wa to go and provide dwell decks for pupils who were lying on the floor. Now your own backyard is lying there. Now you are in government. That time you were looking for position to get into government. Now you are in government. You cannot do it. And yet the promises are still coming. All the same. They always say it's NDC that says that they cannot do this, they have done it. They cannot do this, they have done it. We don't say they cannot do it. It is their track record.
Yeah.
Because if you look at these hospitals, the representative of Asante Hene, who was at the show, told the president that Ghanaians are saying you can't do it.
Yes.
And he mentioned the Afare Hospital.
Yeah.
He mentioned the Fomina Hospital.
Yeah.
He mentioned several hospitals.
Kumawu Hospital.
Kumawu Hospital. And he couldn't complete them.
Yeah.
And now you want to start Agenda 111. He says, finish them and prove Ghanaians wrong.
Exactly.
So we all wait for him and see what he will do to prove us wrong that the MPP can actually deliver at least one of their promises before the end of the year. Exactly. Or before the end of their term of office.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, our time is running out. But let me give you the opportunity. Then you can share more on what you still have in your head before we get off.
Okay, so fellow Ghanaians, you all know that for us, the NDC, we are a social democratic party, and when you know, most of our foundation starts from the late late Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. When in that very short time, Nkrumah was able to build about 80 factories in Ghana or industries. Kwame Nkrumah built almost secondary school across the nation. And when you look at that, his plan, this is exactly His Excellency John Mahama had in mind. That is the good thing that he wanted. If he has been given the federal mandate, he would have completed these 200 secondary schools, and that will be a boost for everybody because poor people won't have a problem sending their children to school. But look at the situation with our current free senior high school double track system. So I think it's a bad time for us. And then with time, or by the end of 2024, let us vote this super incompetent government out and bring back the NDC, because we are going to build a nation. Without building the nation, with all these talks and promises, cannot bring Ghana to become like a middle income economy. So this is what we are entreating you. Join us, the NDC, wherever you are. Be part of a group or NDC in your own neighborhood and support our fight to get rid of super incompetent President Akufo-Addo and his economists. So thank you very much for listening to us, and thank you, Jeremy, for this nice program.
I'm very privileged to have you, Luis, once again on this program. And my regards to all the comrades in Holland. And to you, wherever you are, we are very grateful for joining us on Today Ghana News TV channel. We will come your way again next week on the same program, the same time. Make time with us, and you'll know more and learn more about the National Democratic Congress and what we have for you in the run-up to 2024. Have a great evening, and thank you for being part of the show. Good night.
Good evening.
Suzuza. Arise for Ghana, of a